how do we have a better experience? How do we pursue anything that we are doing? Whether it is changing our career, helping the planet to ascend, being able to change hearts and minds so that we have a society where people are protected, which is a lower level of helping the planet to ascend, just because it's like that should be a basic thing, and we're trying to get up to the 12th dimension, and that's like, below the surface, below sea level, but it's the makeup of where we are right now. And how do I just manifest this, whatever desire that it is, and how do I be able to serve people more, because that's what my heart really wants to do, and that's what I know I'm here to do. And the answer is not new, probably to absolutely anyone, but it is raise your vibration. And it really is the key to everything. The reason that this very simple message is coming out, part of the context too, is the fact that we are ascending, and there's something called the event. You don't have to look it up. You don't even have to know about this, that people are talking about, that would be a precursor to a grand ascension of this planet, and what would be the catalyst for a new Earth experience. And the thing about it is, you don't have to care about that. You don't have to be concerned with, or even understand what any of that means. Nobody does. Nobody at all does. Because maybe it's not even accurate. Who knows? I don't know if it's accurate. And of course, we're co-creating right now, so it may not happen the way that people are discerning or intuiting that it's going to happen. But if or when it happens, and whether it happens that way or if it happens in this incarnation or not, let's say something does happen and we have this foray into a new Earth, and the way that we will know is that our hearts will feel it. And it won't be pain and suffering as much as it will be relief. Now, sometimes when we're getting to relief and we're getting to higher love, there's some pain and suffering. I'm actually experiencing, Carissa is an amazing energy worker, and I did an energy coaching program with her last year, and I get Ascension symptoms, as we call them, when I'm doing energy coaching, and I think that's fine. It's totally fine, and I've learned, Carissa, since we did it the first time, to allow those ascension symptoms that might happen in my physical body, or they happen in the events in my life. I allow them to be just messengers, and it means to me that there's a way for me to be in less resistance to what I'm receiving. So like right now, I have like a hives kind of thing. If you've seen me futzing with my hands, I have some hives going on with my hands. Or a little dermatitis. It's very mild, and it should stay mild if I stop scratching it. But it's a symptom because I'm leading an energy coaching along with the program that I'm doing, teaching, Intuitive Intensive, this program that I've been teaching with Crystalline Compton. And so it's a symptom, in this moment it's discomfort, or, it's pain, I guess. Not pain, it doesn't really hurt, but you know what I mean, like on the spectrum of pain or discomfort. And it's my body releasing what my energy body wants to be released, and what my mind, and so then I can use my mind and my heart to bring light to it, and I can use my mind to become aware of the changes that want to be made. My body, this discomfort, is a symptom that is just concentrating my awareness in a way that's going to bring me this beautiful release and this relief and this ascent, you know what I mean? This step up into a new awareness. And so I bless it, and I say, thank you for the message, this discomfort or this pain. And so that's just what growth is, you know what I mean? When you were a kid, you got growing pains. That's a literal thing. I remember getting aches in my joints and stuff, That's just getting stronger. Or when you work out and the muscles get really sore because they have to break down in order to get stronger, the fibers to get stronger. So that kind of stuff could happen. But we don't have to be too concerned about how things will unfold And the next thing that starts to happen is if there's going to be something like a new earth or some, whatever the ascension is going to be like, and this is the ascension, by the way, that someone is going to be left behind or other people aren't going to make the right choice and all that kind of thing. Again, the heart is going to set the stage for you so that you know that everything is as it is, and you'll be able to honor someone else's experience. So it would be at most, like your awareness would be so raised, your enlightened perspective, it would be, okay, so I have a rash on my hand. And so that means that I'm having the opportunity to release. And so how the heart will know, and how the heart does know, and this isn't just for some grand event that is like the rapture or something, not even like that. It's just what happens today in your life in this moment, because every single choice and every single event in your micro experience to the macrocosm of the entire planet is as important as anything else. So when someone says, what about the pain that's going on in the Koreas, the North and the South, these different places where there's where there can be some pain going on in other countries, or even just, quite frankly, in our own neighborhoods, our own inner cities, and what happens with animals. We have a lot of sensitive people here who have hearts for animals and their well-being and how they're treated. And, when we see that it isn't actually any more important than what's going on with you. And and obviously a higher perspective. It isn't any more important than when, my Franzi had to have a surgery last fall, and I made myself sick over it. And we have this comparing and contrasting in this heavily judgment orientation that we're taught. One thing is good and one thing is bad. And then there's also this thing that's more important than that thing. And actually, a universal law is that every single moment and every single event and every single choice is as important as the previous and the next. And so in your regular day-to-day experience, as well as saving this entire planet or saving an entire species of animals, it's all important. It all ranks. God loves each and every one of us and each and every experience in exactly the same volume. And so raising the vibration is this facility of activating the heart ever more and putting the heart more in the driver's seat so that it can recognize the light and recognize that it's a rash on the hand that actually can be utilized to be a messenger to release more of the contrast so that we can allow more of the light in. Raising the vibration will continue to connect the consciousness and the awareness to the heart and allow it to be that driver. And so how do we raise the vibration? Well, it is a matter of tuning all the time and there's ways that we could do it that are really obvious. And then most importantly, there are ways to do it that are always about this moment and practicing presence. And practicing presence seems like a very amorphous thing. You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? And that's because, again, we've been so distracted from the art and the birthright of being present only being present. Practicing presence also, to me, is the portal, the doorway to experiencing perfect synchronism in your life. That absolutely everything that is happening in this moment is exactly as it should be. And we can say then, I wonder what good will come of this. And then that shakes everything back into perfect synchronism. Because everything is happening as it should. And it's just a matter of us connecting with the flow of how things are happening. With us connecting to our peace in the field in this eternal now. So raising the vibration, to raise it in the mind, body, and spirit. The mind, body, spirit is a complex that is seamlessly connected one to the other. And it is really the Holy Trinity. Oh, do you hear my birds? I'm sorry if they're too loud. I just left the door open so Barnabas and Delilah could come in and out. Maybe Con. He probably won't, though. So as we dissect and look at the different parts of the Holy Trinity of mind, body, spirit, each one, like I say, is seamlessly connected to the next. So there isn't really a way to separate them, just as in evangelical Christianity, the Trinity was the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and it was always like confusing for people to understand. They are three in one, but they're just one. I mean, it's actually us. That Trinity that is taught in religion is just a reflection of who we are. So the mind. How do we raise the vibration of the mind? Well, I'll tell you first of all that the chief answer for how we do all of this is our devotion to ourselves. And that devotion is the sacred space of meditation. And I wish that we could come up with another word for meditation, because I think that it feels like people, when I say that, people think we're saying eat your vegetables, and it's something that is just difficult. Like I'm telling you to do burpees. You know, burpees that's the push up, jump up, and yeah. So meditation really, the only reason meditation is still a valuable part of it is because it is a piece of it, of this devotional, this sacred time, this sacred space, and the workshop, I call it as well. And because in this space we do have that point of putting down the tool of the mind, and having, again, the mind is a tool, and anything that's a tool is meant for us to use rather than it to be using us. But when we're running around in the day and we have thoughts of self-rejection and judgment of others happening, that is this tool using us. And so this is what meditation will do. The portion of it that is very much, aligns with, there's not really another way to say it, meditation is when we do find the space. But the other thing that happens in this time is more than just ceasing all thoughts. It's connecting with the heart. It's connecting with the intuitive space, the causal space, the causal plane. And it's the truth. It's our deeper truth. It is how we put authority back into ourselves. It's how we put the heart in authority. This time that we spend, and we have to, if we don't have a regular practice of devotional time, then we do usually want to have some linear kind of austere things that help us to click into it, because the reason we don't have it is because we are in that part of our thinking and our functioning is that we need this kind of structure, and we need a framework in order for things to make sense, in order for us to set the time in our day and set the space for us to be able to form what this sacred time is for us. But every single one of us on this planet needs to be having devotional time so that we can make contact with who we truly are and put that heart in the forefront. And so that is overall how we raise the vibration in the totality of the mind, body, spirit. And I'll break it down by the mind, body, spirit here.
Keep watching for a breakdown of how to raise your vibration in the Holy Trinity of the mind, body, spirit complex.